Внимание! Поезд на Архангельск отходит с первого пути. Допускаются только военные и лица, имеющие специальные пропуска.
Well, guess that's about it. I'll mention those semaphores in my report. You should be getting that other equipment just as soon as Washington clears the Lend-Lease bill. Meanwhile, I guess we'll just have to keep it going the way we set it up, right?
Thank you, Mr. Levinson.
Goodbye, Mr. Levinson. Very good to meet you.
До свидания.
Откладывается на 1 час.
Goodbye, Mr. Levinson.
Bye.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. I couldn't help but hear you speaking to those men. Your name is Levinson?
Joseph Levinson. Pleased to meet you.
Kron, Sonia. Excuse me for asking, but in our country, Levinson is usually a Jewish name.
Yeah. I'm Jewish. More or less.
So am I, more or less. So is he, my nephew, Nikolai. He'll be on this train also. His permit for evacuation was granted just last night. Of course, I would go with him, but my post requires me to stay on. Are you perhaps traveling as far as Vologda?
Whole lot further. All the way to New York if I catch the H-22 sub. It's been a pleasure.
Just before, while you were speaking with those men, I kept asking myself, have I really done everything I could for him? Of course, I tried my best under very difficult conditions, but still, I wonder. Tomorrow is his birthday, you see.
Oh, many happy returns, I'm sure.
No, I mean he'll be 13 tomorrow. Mr. Levinson, I don't know much about it, but I remember that when a Jewish boy becomes 13 years old, there is a ceremony. You see, Nikolai has never learned anything about the Jewish religion. Of course, all this must seem rather sentimental and foolish, but tell me, did you learn about these sort of things there in America?
Well, not really. I mean, the truth is, I really don't think I even remember.
But you went to Cheder.
What?
You went to Cheder sometime in your life.
Well, I had bar mitzvah lessons for a year, but that's about it.
There you are. You had a bar mitzvah.
Well, sure I had a bar mitzvah, but I'm not exactly what you'd call a religious person or anything.
Perhaps you could explain to him what a bar mitzvah is. After all, the trip to Vologda is fairly long, and perhaps a pleasant chat, and the topic could come up.
Hey, wait a minute. Tell you the truth, I don't think I even remember.
Mr. Levinson, if you don't, who will? The teachers of the state school in Vologda? Nikolai, I want you to meet Mr. Levinson. He is going to accompany you on the trip to Vologda, and he will have some very important things to tell you on the way. Quickly now. Please, Mr. Levinson. You don't know how this pains me to see him going and never to have spoken of it to him. Believe me, all last night I couldn't sleep. I even searched the house for something to give him, but all I could find were these. I think this belonged to his grandfather.
I can't even read this. You know, what am I supposed to...
Внимание! По путям не ходить.
Just tell him anything you know.
По путям
Tell him
не
about
ходить.
your bar mitzvah. Tell him about your family. They must have been unusual people to raise a son who went to Cheder and who knows how to cross the ocean in a submachine.
Submarine, and I didn't go to Heather. Couldn't you write him a letter or something? I mean, I'm not a rabbi. I'm a civil engineer.
Don't worry, it won't be so difficult. Just tell him what it means.
I don't know what it means.
So you promise you'll do it?
Do what?
Thank you!
Майор Сидоров, срочно пройдите в контору начальника станции.
You're welcome. I'm Joe Levinson. You're Nikolai Krohn, right? Yeah. This your first trip alone?
Yes, but I don't mind. It's only a short journey.
Hey, it's 8 hours at least. You call that short?
It depends how you look at it.
Ah, a philosopher.
Philosophers try to understand the world. Our task is to change it.
What did you just say?
Karl Marx. Philosophers try to understand the world. Our task is to change it.
Yeah. Where did you learn to speak English like that?
And Sonia was educated in London. She spoke with me English at home.
Hey, that's good.
And Sonia told me you have something important to tell me.
Yeah, well, she felt that in the rush of packing and all, that she wasn't able to bring up the fact that she was sorry never having spoken to you about your cultural background. And since she heard my name was Levinson, she realized that I was, well, perhaps I could share with you whatever knowledge of Judaism that I might have. Yeah. Different people believe different things, depending on a man's upbringing. And we have certain traditions that are handed down. What a person believes is a very personal thing and very difficult to put into words, but there are certain traditions concerning life that express how we feel and what we believe in. And, for instance, for example, yeah. Thanks a lot, Aunt Sonia. You okay? Attaboy.
А? Хорошо? Пожалуйста. Пожалуйста.
Пожалуйста.
На здоровье.
На здоровье. Here. Hey, wait a minute. How old are you anyway?
13, tomorrow.
Hey, we gotta celebrate that.
Это молодец. Вот молодец.
You can say that again. What do you say?
He says I'm a real man.
Real man, huh?
Пожалуйста.
You know, Nick, we're not so far from Vologda, and your Aunt Sonia really did want me to talk to you about a bar mitzvah. Well, I was
Very
thinking...
sentimental sometimes.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my folks were all sentimental about it, too. You should have seen the party they made. Enough food to feed an army.
And Sonia shouldn't have asked you.
Well, I guess you really can't blame her.
No, Joe, you don't understand. I'm surprised at her. She knows that organized religion is nothing but a capitalist tool of oppression against humanity.
What? Boy, when you talk, you really talk. Would you repeat that?
Sure, Joe. Organized religion is nothing but a capitalist tool of oppression against humanity.
Now, wait just a minute, Nick. Your Aunt Sonia is entitled to her beliefs.
Not if they undermine socialist ideals.
A bar mitzvah undermines ideals? What are you talking about?
Such practices are anti-Soviet.
Now, wait just a minute, Nick. Everyone's entitled to have their own beliefs. That's what makes life interesting. Everyone's entitled to their differences.
Not here, Joe. If everybody has a different belief, how can we struggle against fascism?
Now, wait just a minute, fella. I struggled against fascism, and I had a bar mitzvah. Now what? You wait right here, understand? And don't leave this spot until I get back. We haven't finished talking yet.
Sure, Joe.
Всем сойти с поезда! Сойти с поезда! Всем сойти с поезда!
Joe Levinson, United States Lend-Lease Commission. What's the problem?
Ah, Mr. Levinson, we were told to expect you here. This train is returning to the front. But we have a car for you. There will be no delay.
Fine. I have a boy with me. You can drop him off in Vologda.
Is he Soviet national?
He's being evacuated from Leningrad.
I am very sorry, but we can't do what you ask. The boy will be taken on the next train.
Next train? That's in 2 days. You could walk to Vologda in less time.
There's nothing I can do.
Hey, listen, the kid's all alone, and we're going straight into town, right? I mean, like, what's the big deal? Tomorrow's his birthday.
Mr. Levinson, we cannot make him an exception. We were given orders.
Yeah. Okay, I just thought I'd ask. Where are we, anyway?
Approximately 50 kilometers from Vologda.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Mr. Levinson, where are you going?
I left my gear on the train. Get your things. We're leaving. Fast.
Where are we going?
You heard the man. We've got to get off the train. Besides, you and I haven't finished talking yet.
About what?
About your bar mitzvah, for one thing. Now, come on, let's go. Not that way. This way.
Mr. Levinson? Mr. Levinson? Mr. Levinson, the car is over here.
Joe,
Yeah,
where are we going?
the Vologda.
Are you sure you're not away?
Sure, I'm sure. I've been studying this train line here for the past month. There's a service road here somewhere. It'll get us to Vologda in no time. On our own steam.
But do we have permission?
You guys gotta have permission to celebrate your birthdays, too? Permission is the opiate of the masses, Nick.
What?
Hey, don't worry. Me and the major back there, we discussed the whole thing.
Yes, he was on the train. I spoke with him. Then he got off the train. And then, no. First he got off the train.
A bar mitzvah?
Well, it's your 13th birthday, isn't it?
But why?
I don't know why, damn it. Keep on walking and I'll think about it. It's a landmark on the journey of life.
What is?
Your bar mitzvah. It's a landmark on the journey of life. Well, that's what my father told me when I was your age. That satisfied me. Well, that and some third base line tickets to see the Dodgers play at Ebbets Field. You play any sports, Nick?
I play chess.
Chess. That figures. I bet you're pretty darn good at it, too.
Last year I won the second prize at Leningrad Youth Competition. Most of the other boys were 14, 15. That was the landmark on a journey of life.
You know, Nick, in the few weeks I've been privileged to be a guest here in the workers' paradise, I've noticed something about Soviet society. You guys really don't believe in God, do you?
God is just an idea, Joe.
That's so.
God was made up by people to explain things before they had signs.
Hey, Nick, do me a favor, will you?
What?
Take a look up there. What do you see?
I see the sky, branches, leaves.
Yeah, leaves. Leaves are good. Grab one. Look at it, Nick. Really look. You see those little pipelines there? Now, I'm not a religious person, but I am an engineer. Could anyone build a hydraulic system like this one? Now, who the hell do you think made those little pipelines? The Supreme Soviet?
Sonia Kron?
Yes.
Comrade Kron, an important emissary of the American government has disappeared. We suspect that he has been kidnapped by pro-fascist agents to sabotage the friendship between America and the Soviet Union. Mrs. Kron, you were seen speaking with him at the train station this morning.
Don't you ever wonder why things happen?
Of course. That's science. I'm going to be a scientist.
No, Nick. Science is how things happen. I'm talking about why things happen, like why you and I just happen to be on the same train.
By chance.
Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe we weren't on the same train just by chance, you know? The same station, the same day, the same hour, and there we are. Don't you ever think about things like that?
No.
Never?
Well, sometimes.
Well, come on. Like what?
It's childish.
No, it's not. Come on.
Well, a thing like this morning, the airplanes. If you hadn't pushed me down, or if the bullet had fallen a few centimeters lower,
Yeah?
well, I was thinking, why am I alive?
Hey, now that's good. Now that's the kind of question a bar mitzvah kid should ask. That's gonna get you somewhere.
Where?
I don't know. I never really thought about it. You're back in the States right now, getting ready for the big day. You'll be cooking up a lot more than this. A couple of, chopped liver swans, maybe.
Chopped liver swans?
Don't ask. We gotta have something special, though. I mean, it's a real beginning.
Beginning of what? I'll be the same person after I'm 13. Just older.
Is that all you plan to do with your life? Just get older? Gotta look around, Nick. When you're 13 years old, you gotta start thinking about where you came from and where you're going.
I'm going to be a student in academic program at State School in Vologda.
What do you study there?
Physics or engineering. I could be an engineer just like you. You weren't any different after your 13th birthday, and you had a ceremony of bar mitzvah. You see, Joe, it doesn't matter if you're a Jew, Frenchman, Englishman, or anything. Does it?
It's obvious, Mrs. Kron, he is a likely target, don't you think? Pro-fascist agents and a fluent English speaker. You. With a heart-rending story designed to play upon a gullible American sensitivities about his ethnic origins. The next thing we know, the American is gone, lured into a trap. Now, Mrs. Kron, who instructed you to contact Mr. Levinson at the train station? Was it your own idea to use your nephew Nikolai as a decoy? Comrade Kron, you are seen handing a book like this to Mr. Levinson. What does this book really mean?
And so, Nikolai Kron, Nick, if I may call you Nick, on behalf of the congregation and the rabbi, I would like to present you with this small token of... Here. Your Aunt Sonia asked me to give this to you. I guess it's sort of a birthday present. I think it belonged to your grandfather.
Strange letters. What does it mean?
Tell you the truth, I don't even know myself. Believe me, that's the whole problem. Blind leading the blind.
But you never saw letters like this?
Sure, I've seen letters like these. Here, you're holding it upside down. Now, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, sure. This letter right here is Shin.
Shin?
Yeah, wow, I don't believe I remember. This is the Shema. Shema Yisrael.
What does it mean?
It means listen, Israel.
Listen, Israel, what?
Beats me.
Only a book? In here there are directions, rules, laws, Mrs. Crum. This is a guidebook for a whole way of life. It's a blueprint for an entire social order. You know it. I know it. And your American friend knows it too.
Who, me? I don't know. I'm not a rabbi. I told you, Nick. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel. I've already told you everything I know about bar mitzvahs. Hell, I've already told you everything I know about the whole Jewish religion. You'll just have to ask someone else, Nick. That's what I've been trying to tell you. You're not a kid anymore. It's up to you now to find the answers.
It was just a foolish sentimentalism, nothing more.
That may be. But if Mr. Levinson does not appear at the state school within the next 24 hours, well, let us say that if he does not appear, then neither of us will be among the most valued citizens of the Soviet People's Republic.
I don't understand you. If all these things are so important, and in your country there are Jews who still do them, and you yourself learned all these things when you were 13, why did you stop? Why did you let yourself forget?
It's crazy, Nick. Inconsistent, I admit it. My grandfather, my parents, rabbis, teachers, they tried everything to get me to care about this stuff. I just never got very excited about it. And then there you were in that freight car, quoting Marx at me without even thinking about it. And it bothered me. It's pretty crazy, you know? That I care about something all of a sudden only because I see it getting stepped on. It's really strange. I'm trying to save something here that I practically threw away back home. Just doesn't make any sense. But I guess there was some reason why we just both happened to be on that train.
That was very foolish of you, Mr. Levinson.
Yeah, well, I guess we got ourselves a little lost over there, but, here we are.
Идите. Сядьте, быстро.
завтра.
Могу я говорить с полковником Григорьевым? Григорьев, нашли американца.
Да?
Мальчишку пристроили в среднюю школу в Вологде.
Да.
Да.
Comrade Kron, I apologize for any inconvenience.
What about Nikolai?
Your nephew will begin classes tomorrow in Vologda. Good morning, Comrade Kron.
So, Nick, guess that's about it.
Yeah, Joe.
Hey, listen, I expect a letter from you very soon. You have the address, right?
Yes.
Hey, no, Nick, the world's not so big. Now, that submarine's not going to wait around all year, so,
I won't forget you, Joe.
Nope. Don't expect you will.
Поднимайся наверх. Я тебя жду.